Have you ever felt lost searching for a greater purpose in life? Have you ever wondered if there's something more, something you're destined to discover? What if I told you there's a place where silence speaks louder, a place where the secrets of the soul are unveiled, and the true purpose begins to shine? Imagine for a moment that isolation, often seen as a villain in our lives, actually hides an extraordinary secret, a golden key intended only for those brave enough to dive into its depths. What would be discovered if, instead of fighting the current of loneliness, we allowed ourselves to be carried by it? This invitation is not for just any journey, but for a bold exploration of the unknown that resides within us and the universe around us. As we unravel this mystery, prepare to question everything you thought you knew about isolation and its true function in our lives. At the heart of our human experience lies an enigma that we are all called to face at some point: isolation. This is not just a simple physical distance from people and places we love, but a profound sense of separation, a rift between the self and the vast universe around us. This abyss, though frightening, is often a sign that we are being prepared for something greater, something we have yet to comprehend. The big problem is that in our relentless pursuit of connection and acceptance, we often interpret this isolation as a failure or rejection when, in fact, it's a call to a journey of deep transformation. Modern society, with its constant demands for attention and its incessant flood of information, rarely gives us space to breathe, to contemplate the silence within us. In this scenario, isolation can seem like an arid desert, a place of loneliness and despair. But it is precisely in this desert that the universe invites us to stop, look inward, and listen to the silent voice of our soul. The challenge is to recognize this invitation for what it truly is: a rare opportunity for growth and personal discovery. However, facing this isolation is not an easy task. It confronts us with our greatest insecurities, fears, and doubts. The journey inward can be the most arduous of journeys, as it requires us to face aspects of our personality that we would prefer to keep hidden from both ourselves and others. This process of introspection and self-knowledge is essential to unlocking the potential that the universe sees in us, but it requires courage, patience, and an unwavering willingness to face the unknown. The irony of the great problem is that by isolating ourselves, we are actually preparing to form deeper and more meaningful connections with the world around us. As we understand ourselves better, we begin to see others from a new perspective, recognizing our similarities instead of our differences. Isolation, therefore, is not the end of our connection with the universe, but the beginning of a deeper understanding of how we are intrinsically linked to everything that exists. It's an invitation to rediscover our essence and, in doing so, find our unique place in the fabric of the cosmos. The feeling of isolation, although deeply personal, is a universal experience that transcends borders, cultures, and eras. It's a thread that connects us all, weaving through human narratives a tapestry of inner search and discovery. Who among us has not found themselves at some point looking up at the night sky, questioning their place in the universe, or feeling distant from the noises and tumults of everyday life? This quest for meaning and purpose unites us in our humanity, offering common ground where we can find comfort in our collective solitude. The true beauty of this shared experience lies in its ability to teach us empathy and understanding. By recognizing our own isolation, we become more sensitive to the internal struggles of others. This shared perception creates an invisible bridge between lonely hearts, a silent reminder that at our core, we all seek the same: connection, acceptance, and love. Through this lens, isolation ceases to be a barrier and transforms into a portal to a more empathetic and united community. However, the journey to transform isolation into relatability is not automatic. It requires us to be vulnerable, to have the courage to share our stories of solitude and growth. Every time we talk about our experiences of isolation, we give permission for others to do the same, creating a safe space for vulnerability and human connection. This exchange of stories and experiences is the foundation upon which we can build a more understanding and less isolated society. Finally, relatability amid isolation teaches us a valuable lesson about the nature of human connection. It shows us that even in moments when we feel most isolated, we are never truly alone. There's an invisible force that unites us, a fabric of shared experiences and common emotions that transcends the barrier of isolation. Recognizing this interconnection is the first step to transforming our isolation into a bridge to deeper and more meaningful relationships, allowing us to find beauty and purpose in the solitary journey that each of us must undertake. The first and deepest advantage of isolation is the opportunity for introspection. In this forced silence, away from the distractions and noise of the external world, we are invited to dive deep into our inner being. Here, in solitude, we have the unique chance to confront ourselves, to question our beliefs, values, and the many selves that make up our complex identity. This process of self-examination can be transformative, leading to profound insights into who we are and what we really value in life. It's an invitation to discard what no longer serves us and embrace new truths that resonate with our most authentic being. Furthermore, isolation can be a catalyst for creativity. History is full of artists, writers, and thinkers who found their muse in solitude. When we're alone, without the constant interruptions of daily life, our minds have the freedom to wander, explore, and create. New ideas and solutions to old problems often emerge from the depths of this undisturbed space. Solitude, therefore, is not just a state of being alone, but a fertile ground where the seed of creativity can sprout and flourish. Isolation also teaches us resilience and self-reliance. As we face solitude, we are challenged to find strengths within ourselves that we may not have known we possessed. Learning to be comfortable in one's own company is a valuable skill, cultivating an independence that is not easily shaken by life storms. This self-assurance prepares us to face future challenges with a calm and certainty that can only be forged in the flames of solitude. Lastly, but no less important, isolation offers a unique perspective on our relationships. By stepping back from the social fabric for a while, we gain a new appreciation for the connections we have and clarity about who we want in our lives. Distance allows us to evaluate our relationships under a new light, often leading to a deepening of existing bonds or the courage to distance ourselves from those we find to be toxic or one-sided. Thus, isolation paradoxically can bring us closer to the essence of what it means to have truly meaningful relationships. The solution to navigating the isolation chosen by the universe begins with acceptance. Accepting isolation not as a punishment, but as a gift is the first step to transforming this experience into something positive. Recognize that this time is a rare opportunity for personal growth and spiritual development. Instead of resisting, dive headfirst into the journey, allowing yourself to explore the depths of your soul with curiosity and openness. Next, it's crucial to establish a routine of self-care and self-exploration. Dedicate time to activities that nurture both the body and mind, such as meditation, reading, physical exercise, and creative practices. These activities not only help maintain mental and physical balance, but also promote a deeper connection with your inner self, facilitating the discovery of new interests and passions that may have remained hidden in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Additionally, it's important to seek out forms of connection that are meaningful and aligned with your true self. This may mean strengthening ties with friends and family who truly understand and support your journey, or finding communities and groups that share your interests and values. Today's technology allows us to be connected in ways that transcend physical barriers, so explore platforms and spaces that offer support and inspiration. Finally, use what you've learned during your period of isolation to contribute to the world around you. Every insight and personal growth you experience has the potential to inspire and help others. Share your story, your struggles, and your victories. By doing so, you not only strengthen your own resilience, but also light a path for those still navigating the darkness of isolation. And now, as we approach the end of this journey together, I ask you, are you ready to embrace isolation as the master it truly is? Remember, within every moment of solitude lies a seed of transformation waiting to sprout. The universe does not choose its isolated ones at random. It chooses those strong enough to transform silence into symphony, loneliness into wisdom. Don't forget, the journey from isolation to enlightenment is unique for each of us. And as you walk this less traveled path, know that every solitary step is a step towards a deeper connection with yourself, with others, and with the universe itself. Remember, the power to shape these stories is in your hands, now and always. And don't miss our next video. Discover how luck can be a choice. Until then, continue exploring, growing, and shining. I am the Alchemist, and this is my contribution